Hey guys, today I want to talk about the expat simple life. And it is a simpler life. Once I got over here, one of the things I noticed was how things slowed down over here. Things gradually kind of went from fast paced back in the States down to a snail's pace in the Philippines. And it was something that I liked after a while. In the beginning, it took a while to get adjusted to waiting at McDonald's longer, or they're messing up your orders or things like that. But I noticed that the slower pace kind of rubbed off on me after a while. It was like I'd set my alarm for 8 a.m., but I'd get up at around 9. It was like that. And I noticed when people come over, some of the expats, when they come over, after they've been here for a while, a month or more, they started slowing down a lot and they started taking that slower pace. They started realizing that, hey, I'm retired, I can enjoy life. I can start noticing the things around me. I can start noticing things more. And you do kind of notice things more as you walk around here in the Philippines. You notice the pace is different. You notice the people more. You start watching because you have more time to do that. You're not in a rush to get to work. You're not in a rush to get home and cook dinner or something like that. It's just, the world just kind of slows down really quick. It's like zip, it's slow. As soon as you get out that plane, things go slower. It's not a mad rush here like it is back in the States. Granted, rush hour over here is rush hour, except when you're stuck in traffic. But I mean, it's a rush to get, everybody has a rush to get home. They're trying to get home as quick as they can. Yeah, that part is a part that I really don't like because I don't like sitting in traffic, but I've learned to kind of go with the flow. And that's the best part about the Philippines is once you've gotten into that mode of go with the flow, that life starts getting better for you. You start realizing that you don't need to be in that mode anymore that you were back home, and you don't have to worry that you have to rush home to do something because you got all the time in the world because you're retired. I know some days I'll get up and I'll say, you know what, today I'm going to go do something. Other days I won't. Maybe sometimes an expat will stop by and I'll say, I feel like getting out of the house right now. And I'll ask the expat, hey, you want to go do something? Let's go do something. We go do it. We just get up and go do it. And a lot of the expats are like that too. Like they'll call me up sometimes and says, hey, Steve, want to go do something? I'm okay with that. I'm down with that most of the time because I like traveling. I like getting around. I enjoy being an expat now. It's 4 years in now, and I'm starting into my 5th year. So, I mean, and you do learn to relax more. There are things that kind of get your goat sometimes, and sometimes we get an expat over here who can be a pain in the butt or whatever, or an expat that's coming over who never makes it or whatever for one reason or another because of lack of planning or what have you. But we also have an expat over here now, and he's a bit troublesome. And sometimes you just have to just let people go and just let them be on their own and deal with it. Because they have mental health issues or whatever have you. And this guy, I think he has some issues that need to be dealt with, and we knew that he had some issues, but we tried looking out for him, and he obviously is beyond anything that I can help him with. And he started falsely accusing people, and he just kind of started talking things about people that wasn't true, and it kind of soured everybody against him a little bit. I mean, if he came back and apologized, that's on him, to apologize. I'm not going to go apologize to him because I've done nothing wrong. But I mean, he went up against a lot of Filipinos too, and happened to piss off a lot of Filipinos. And that's not something you really do over here because, neighborhoods over here are different than neighborhoods back home. Neighborhoods are like families. And when you sour against people in your neighborhood and they know that you're sour against them, usually your name gets spoken a lot around the neighborhood, and not in a good way. And it's best to just try to resolve that and fix it before it gets too out of control, because Filipinos are very forgiving people. We've given this guy several chances to do that. I've written to him telling him he is welcome to come over to my birthday party, things like that. Finally, he just kept saying no, or he didn't answer us. Through other people, he was saying no. And through Facebook Messenger, he just wouldn't answer us. So we knew that there was something up. He's stuck in his way or whatever. Nobody did anything wrong to him. at all. I know the whole story, and there was witnesses too, so that's what makes it even worse. He's still stuck in the fact that he's right and he knows he's right, and that's the way we look at it. We look at it like, you know, if he's going to be that way, let him go. So we did, you know, and hopefully someday he comes to his senses. Will he? I doubt it. Some people are just really, you know, they will not admit guilt, and this is a case where he's the guilty party and nobody else is. But anyhow, he's an anomaly here, let's put it that way. Most of the expats that we run into are decent, good people. Do we have problems sometimes? Yeah, we have problems, small problems. We deal with it, we work around issues. You know, most of the time, it's working around things, you know. Sometimes working around girlfriends or whatever. We work around that in the group. We try to all stay friendly, and we don't let those things get in the way here. The expat community, for the most part right now, it's running top notch. I think we're doing well here. We look out for each other. If somebody needs somebody to go with them someplace or something, we kind of, you know, take it upon ourselves that, hey, yeah, you know, I'll go with you. You know, if somebody needs a ride or something. And we've had people come up to me and say, hey, Steve, if you can't do something someday and somebody needs me to go with them, I'll go with them. And that's what we need here. That's part of having a community, is looking out for each other. And our expat community has worked out wonderful here. And it's one of the things that has made it a simpler life over here, because the community is there for you. You know, if I get sick, of course I want my girlfriend with me, or you'd want your wife with you or whatever. But it's good to have a friend stop by and see you, or a friend ask you, hey, Steve, or hey, Bob, or hey, Rick, or whatever your name may be. Hey, you want me to run out and get some food for you? You want me to bring some pancakes on the way? Do you want me to stop and get you something? Do you need a soda? You want some water? You need anything? It's good to have that. That's the way I feel about things. And I know a lot of others here, they kind of understand where I'm at, because I've talked to a lot of the expats that have come into the community, and that's what they want too. They want to have that sense of community, knowing that a neighbor or one of the guys in the expat community is going to come over and they're going to help them out. If they're in the hospital, if they're sick at home, somebody will bring a meal to them at home or whatever, because they're not feeling well. That's what we're here for. That's the best part that I like about the community. It makes life simpler, a lot simpler. I think if we didn't have that sense of community here, it'd be a lot lonelier. Would it be simpler? No. Do I think that some Filipinos would pull through for me? Hell yeah, they would, especially the ones that I'm around. But I mean, it's nice to have somebody from your own country to stop by and just say hi to you, or just say, hey, Steve, anything you need, I'm here for you, brother. You know, that means the most. It's the best form of love that you can give somebody, is just helping them when they're in need. You know, and that's why I love the simple life of the Philippines. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. It's something that we don't have in the U.S. I remember when I was in the hospital, and barely anybody come over to see me, even my own family, and I had done nothing to them or anything like that. I was in the hospital. I just remember that, and over here, I don't think I'd ever have to worry about that. You know, it's something over here that we have in us, even as expats, that we're going to look out for each other. We're there for each other. God bless, guys. Take care.